And I think we're live.
All right, yes, guys, welcome back to the
So,
number
oh wait,
podcast.
wait. Okay, no, wait. No, now we're live.
Good one.
Right, guys, welcome back to the number one rated podcast. Pending.
You know, one episode's not even out yet, and it's already trending.
Yeah.
Literally, what most viral podcast on TikTok.
It's all about the vision, boys. We're gonna manifest
the most viewed podcast in the world.
Yeah, little do we know it has about 10 views.
Probably, yeah. Right now it's got 0 views, but yeah. All right, welcome to the Megamore podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Right, should we go around and let's have a little chat, all right? So, Charlie, anything new, mate?
Not really, to be honest. Training, eating, same old, really. Nothing exciting. Going to Ultraflex on Friday. So that's exciting. Training with AJ.
That's very exciting.
I think he's filming for YouTube as well. So by the time this comes out, there might be a video out. It's maybe not out. I don't know. But look out for that. And yeah, nothing else is really new, to be honest. Just eating and training. How about you boys?
James?
So my calories finally got up last week. So I'm still on not many calories, but it's some big progress compared to the other week. So I'm now closing in on 3,000 calories. So really reverse dieted up into my bulking phase, which behave. I've been literally starving myself for ages. I can't wait to be on like decent amount of calories, but I'm getting really vascular at the moment, and my weight is still dropping, even though calories are going up. So it's working.
Oh, really?
Yeah, working really well.
I was going to say you're probably getting a lot better pumps now as well. I bet the pumps starting to get better as well.
Yeah, my pumps are getting like unnatty. Finally.
Nice.
But yeah, all good with me. What about you, Josh?
Yeah, man. Fucking, I'd say like training's a bit of a weird space. So, like, people who don't know, like, well, these guys know, but I've been ill for the last month, so training's been kind of like missing hit at the moment. Also with like changing around my routine, because of obviously the early mornings. I'm hoping after this, like, I finish off these antibiotics and then start next week. I start my new split. I'm hoping that training will now start to go up versus like be like so rocky.
What split are you going on to?
Yeah. So legs Monday. So keep in mind this is supposed to be like shoulder and arms focus. So legs Monday, rest Tuesday, push and arms Wednesday, rest Thursday, and then back Friday, shoulders Saturday, and then just an arm day on Sunday.
Ooh.
It's a very, very like it's a very, very specific split for me, just because it fits exactly what I needed to do in terms of my work routine, and my rest.
Are you going to do half of the gym joint and half of physique still?
Just leg day at physique because of how expensive petrol is right now.
Yeah,
it's actually a joke. I saw somewhere in London today. It's like basically just under £2.
Smart.
Yeah, my local diesel is 185 or 187 or something like that.
Daylight robbery.
Oh,
fuck.
So
I'll just do legs.
James, is it?
Pardon?
Petrol's normally cheaper in Milton Keynes.
No. I saw it on Instagram in someone's story. Diesel was like it's under £2. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I need legs at physique just because obviously the equipment is so much better than Watson kit. 100%. No offense, gym joint, but Watson kit just fucking ruins my joints.
That's shit.
And longevity is key. So
yeah. Fair play.
Yeah, man. Right, so we had a brainstorm. We've come up with our 3 topics for today. So we said I think we're going to do is try and do a fitness-based one, like a social-based one, and then like a musical style-based one. So kind of like do a mix of like obviously all our areas of expertise and whatnot. So today's first topic is going to be red flags and green flags, because I thought this would be quite funny for us because obviously we've all got different like experiences with girls in terms of like age. Obviously all of us are slightly different age. All of us have been like slightly in different situations. And also it means we can get you guys involved in the comments after, leaving us your red and green flags in the comments, and then see if we can get a little debate going and a little laugh in the comments. There's some funny ones. There are some funny
there's
ones.
so many. Everyone has like everyone's can be completely different, or they can be the same. Like, it's one of those things.
I reckon we try and do 2 very like things that you think are unique to you, and then one like just general.
And we'll agree on one for the final one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like if like I've got 2 which I've personally I know I find, but maybe not necessarily like other people do. So ones that I said more unique to me, and then do one which is just a general one you reckon everyone else would have as well.
Yeah.
Should we do them like should we do like all 3 at once, or should we go around in the circle?
Just say them out. Sometimes it's hard to think of them on the spot.
Let's do one. Let's go around in the circle then.
Yeah, go around in a circle.
Right, who's starting?
All right, I'll say one. Red flag. I would say when a girl just has no goals, no nothing. Like this happens quite a lot as well with really attractive females. They literally do nothing but just look pretty. Like
they want to be pretty passenger.
Yeah,
I fucking hate that.
They have no aspirations to do more.
No motivation, no drive.
Like no hate or anything, but just don't you just want to do more, just like rather than just.
Yeah. Huge.
Why do you want to settle for? Yeah. Why do you want to settle for like less when you could like strive for more?
Yeah. Why do you just want to exist? Like it's just no.
But you're just a leech at that point. You're just leeching off your man's money.
Yeah. That is not a vibe.
No, fuck no. Yeah, I agree with that one. That one's a big one for me.
So do I.
A huge one, because I think it's well attractive when a female wants to aspire to go down a certain career path, like start their own business. They want this job, whatever it may be.
It's just being as ambitious as us, because all 3 of us are very ambitious, driven people. So we need someone who's like on our level, because we don't want to be like heads in work. We're constantly thinking about like what's next, what to do. And then they're just constantly poking you, going like, "Oh, can I have your money for this? Or can we go and do this?" Like, she needs to be able to go off and do her own thing.
Yeah, because what often happens, this is why like some relationships like that don't work, because the other person is too busy for them. Like that happens so often.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw my ex under the bus here. I won't name names because we'll keep it nameless. But
here he goes, bring her up again. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah. But basically, like the first like serious relationship I was of 2 years. So she, who will not be named, like her and her family weren't like the most ambitious people. Like all of them was just happy to settle for like moderate just lifestyle, like a moderate house, a moderate job, moderate everything. Like she was happy to like work, and she's happy to work at Next like for the rest of her her career, because she's had no interest in like going anything else, And like her dad's been the same like job like for ages, and her mum doesn't work, and like they just like there's just no like motivation in that house. I'm just like it felt a bit weird. I definitely found it like very draining on me as a person.
Yeah, because I can imagine that drains you down. Like every time you're around, you just don't feel any more motivation or anything, and you've got to try and bring that back out of yourself.
And they just don't feel as positive as either. Like it's just like I feel like you've got a slightly more negative vibe to you if you're not working towards something.
Yeah,
100%.
It also like it's a big factor is like if they're happy doing that, then that's fair enough. Like if they're happy in just like an average job and that is what they want to do, then that's fair enough.
Yeah, but that's just not for us.
Yeah, just not for us.
Very, very good, James.
Yeah, each to their own.
Charlie, have you got one?
I have. Now, this is not a huge red. It sort of is a red flag. It's more of an ick.
Oh.
Okay. Ick red flag is similar.
Yeah, it's sort of. I could deal with it if it was like everything else was such a green flag. Yeah.
Big bird.
Here we go. If they smoke.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like it's just a bit.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't say it's like a complete get out here.
Turn off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a bit. Nah. All right then.
I think it's a big turn off personally.
You think?
Huh?
Yeah, when they smoke.
What
would you say, James?
I think it's a big turn off when they smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like vaping, yeah, that's all right, but I'm still not a massive fan of it. Like,
yeah, so even that, I'm just a bit like, I'd rather you not. Sort of thing.
So I wouldn't care about social vaping.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're on a night out,
Elf
so
bar.
I wouldn't mind that. Yeah, exactly, a cheeky elf bar, little geek bar thing.
Yeah.
You love a geek bar, don't you?
Yeah, Fucking James, I was like the first person to ever get James to smoke a vape and not cough.
I literally took me ages as well to be able to do it. Like I could not do it for a good few hours till Josh like taught me.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Taught you how to fake, bro.
Yeah.
I'd say the only exception for me, for obvious reasons, is smoking weed. Like for me, that personally, like,
come on,
that's a turn on for me, realistically.
Yeah, that is a massive turn on for you.
Just simply for the fact that like I wouldn't even need them to be like heavy stoner vibes. I just like it'd be nice for them to like every now and again if I'm like having my time, like can I have some, like, you know, just be able to participate. Don't have to be like heavy, but just be able to participate and not like you know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah. For me, it works out, but that's an exception. Apart from me, like smoking cigs is like it's a nah. Like I remember I got with the girl once, and my mouth just tastes like an ashtray.
Yeah, and it literally brings no positives, none.
No,
none.
It's pointless.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I guess it's my turn. No, we have a thing.
Yeah, it is. Or is it James?
Yeah.
No, it's Josh.
That's me. It's me. I want to think of like a really good one. You two keep talking. I'm gonna brainstorm. Give me 2 seconds. I want to get a good one.
Yeah, so it's hard to think of a really good one. That one came to my head.
I mean, I've got one, but it's sort of like a bit of like cross transferring to James's first one.
Yeah, go on.
Is when they're not supportive of your goals that you have.
Yeah.
Like it's a bit like similar to yours, but that's what happened with my.
Yeah, when they don't really show interest.
Yeah, or even like they try and put you off the idea of achieving your goals.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me, and I was like, nah.
Negative vibes. Can't have that.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got one.
Go on then.
When girls like make you jealous on purpose just to get attention. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like.
Like they just want to like.
Oh, so do you mean like when you're in an argument and then say they'll literally post a story just to get like some free advice?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like just stupid. What would it be like? Just petty shit like that.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Or like, for example, there was one time I was like ran this like flat motive, and there was this girl I was talking to at the time there. Like it was like pretty like chill, but like it wasn't anything serious. But like she got really like jealous at these girls who were like talking to me, who were clapped. Like I don't know, none of them had any chance like whatsoever. I was just entertaining the conversation, and she got really jealous, and then she started like trying to act really flirty with this guy. And I was like, you do realize that she does absolutely nothing to me.
Yeah.
You just make yourself look like a twat. Like I'm not even reacting to it to bother me at all, because I know you're doing it just to piss me off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just dumb.
Just a waste of time and effort, really.
Well, it's just like, like, do you not feel secure? Insecurity, that's probably another one to add.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Insecurity.
They're
constantly needing approval.
Or when they constantly like treat every man the same because they've been cheated on once. They think everyone is like a cheater.
Using that past trauma and portraying it
as an excuse.
Like
yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's definitely 100%. Because it's like, why should I have to pay for the mistake? Why should I have to pay for the mistakes someone else made when I'm completely different?
Exactly, and they're always the same ones.
Go on, James.
Oh, sorry. They're always the same ones that like have easy access to their ex as well. So say if their ex tells them up, they'll go running, like every time, and then they'll start crying about it to all their next like partners and girls.
And the worst part is when you're in that role and you play therapist. And then like she'll go back and she'll come back to you again, and then she'll be crying to you like, oh, why do that? And you'll be like, oh, because you're a twat, and then she'll go and do it again. Like
that is an awful position to be in.
Don't be the therapist, never. Unless it's actually your genuine friend. Do not be the therapist.
It's harsh, but like, you don't want to be that guy.
Well, I ticked off 2 there, and Charlie ticked off like a second there as well.
Mine kind of leads on from your first one. So when girls play games, like I don't have time. I'm not.
Yeah, definitely.
We're not 12 like in a playground anymore. Just playing like immature games. Like what is the point of that?
When they're like drawing something, like when they're like lagging out a situation for no reason.
Yeah, like just say it how it is. Like if you want to sleep.
Yeah, or like just being like very reserved. They just don't say how it is.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna happen. Just say it as it is right at the start.
Like rule number one, just be straight up. Like it's not rocket science, is it?
Yeah. Don't start flirting and like doing all this kind of stuff, and then like when you then try and make moves or anything, they go like, oh, why are you acting like that and shit like that. That fucking pisses me off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't have time for that anymore.
I'm just a flirtatious person by nature.
Yeah.
Shut up.
No.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah. Everyone knows what their intention deep down. You can just read it by their actions.
Yeah.
Just
Generally, like your first encounter with someone, you know what you think automatically. Like when you meet someone in person, especially, like you know right there and then what's happening. There are some cases which obviously don't, like in situations, okay, like let's say you meet like a gal and like you like at first you think, oh no, this is just this, but then obviously things do obviously like end up growing. But like 7 times out of 10, when you meet someone for the first time, you know if you like them or not, and you know what you want from that situation or not, whether it's friendship, hook up.
And this is this is completely backed up. It's like when you go for an interview, they've already decided in the first 30 seconds if they're going to hire you. 9 times out of 10, because that's just how humans work.
Presentation, like visually, and how you talk, confidence, like what do you do, who are the people you surround yourself with? Because if you meet a girl, you clearly just surround yourself with like other like girls who are just, let's just say they're like a super slutty or whatever, like, and they all hook up, and that's just how their group works. They just like hook up with lots of boys.
Yeah.
That generally means like there's a very, very good chance that that person's also like them as well, because obviously we all know you're the average of the 5 people you spend time with.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
so you
should deny it as well, but it's simple, like you are.
Yeah, 100%.
You can
like if you look at
well.
Yeah, exactly. If you look at us, like if you look at our little group here, like all of us are very, very similar people in terms of like we've all got similar goals, we've all got the same mindsets, and that's because we spend so much time with each other. Like work, not necessarily in person, but we're constantly communicating online all the time. We know like what the other person means. So like let's say a girl was to meet me, chances are that she would also quite like Charlie in terms of as a person, because he's got similar attributes and whatnot.
Yeah, literally, because that's kind of how we met.
Yes, yeah. Charlie's just that little bit more cheeky.
So leading on from that point, to be fair, like that's basically how we met, like through social media. Me and you, Josh. Like just because
we gravitated.
We saw our similar interests, people who we like, people that we watch on YouTube, people that we know, and then we just met up for a session. And
we gravitate. And same thing with similar thing happens with Charlie. To be fair.
Yeah, over like drum.
So we literally physically gravitated towards each other.
No, literally, we were both in the same tent. Like
we had no idea. We had no idea.
No, we didn't. And then I knew you were going. We knew each other were going. But we obviously had no signal at this festival, so we couldn't like message during the day or anything. So it was like whatever. We were like with our separate groups, and then we were just in the same tent. And I like looked to like my left or something, and probably about 3 people away was like Josh and his group. And I was like, no way,
shirtless boy.
Is this? It was mad.
He's a shirtless stud.
It wasn't a great festival, not gonna lie, but it was a great day.
You're kidding me? I fucking loved it.
It has a special place in my heart, but the music, the speakers are so dead.
Okay, yeah. Minus main stage. If you take away main stage, everything about that day for me was fucking unreal. Because like I just finished prep, so like
yeah, true.
I literally was like pretty like dopamine depleted from just being in a constant routine of like rinse and repeat and putting myself through physical fucking pain and hunger, to then finish prep, then have the dopamine release of not having been to a festival or D&B event in almost 2 years. So the combination of finishing prep, just like not being seen like any drum bass for almost 2 years, the combination of that day made it for me was like one of the most euphoric days of my life, because I just like I worked my ass off for the last 16 weeks, and like I worked towards a goal. I achieved that goal I wanted to achieve, and then I was like rewarding myself and letting loose.
Yeah.
It was a good day.
And I saw loads of people I knew there, who I knew from home, and then also I got to meet loads of new friends and whatnot. So for me, it was a fucking 10-10 day.
Exactly, it was good. And if I hadn't have gone, we would have never met.
And I also played chess, which is obviously a dab.
We almost played chess together, but
yeah, that only matters. Mate, it's so funny. I've always played chess with both Charlie and James within like fucking like 2 days of meeting them.
That's class.
Brilliant. Me and James are yet to play chess together. Me and James are yet to meet.
It's dangerous. Josh will tell you it's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Mate, the K9 event, it's gonna be a source event.
Oh, if anyone's going to K9 on the 8th of April, to Ministry of Sound, let us know in the comments, because like if we can get a group going, we'll fucking get a little meet up or some shit. That'd be jokes.
That'd be sick.
Come sesh with the sesh heads.
That'd be class.
Fucking sick. All right, I think we covered I think that's a good place to stop for the red flags, green flags, because I think we got through a good few of them.
Yeah.
Right. So, and we're about 30 minutes in, so that's about right. Intro plus first topic, which is quite a lot to talk about, to be fair.
Yeah, we could potentially talk about this topic for the whole episode.
Yeah, we literally could, but we'll move. I think we've kind of written that off. Yeah, I was gonna say, but I think for now, I think we've covered like a good amount without exhausting the topic.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, so let's move on to our next topic, and that was whose idea was it? Charlie's or James's?
Wait, aren't we gonna say some green flags?
Oh shit,
that's what I was saying. I was like, why are we moving on?
Oh fuck! Oh yeah, we've got green flags. We whistle well the negatives. Quick, easy green flags.
Yeah.
Easy. Right.
All right. When they're really intelligent, I find that very fair. When they're like really, really like almost like book smart intelligent, I don't know why I like that.
Yeah.
Serious gym girl. Just is automatic green flag.
Yeah, that is a green flag.
Okay. Let's rename that so we can like broaden the term. Someone who takes care of their like health.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Someone who takes care of their nutrition and their health. And they don't have to be like necessarily like bodybuilding fucking to the max. As long as they take care of themselves, like being healthy and making the right choices, that kind of stuff. Let's say that, because that way, it broadens a bit more.
Yeah. Mine would be when they have like, obviously this is going on for my last one, when they actually have some sort of goal or like career sort of aspirations.
When they're business driven.
Yeah, that's really attractive when they actually want to do more, not just.
Yeah. I think another green flag.
I think when they have
good fashion sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, good fashion sense. When they actually have like a decent personality about them and a bit of chat, that's not like super dry.
Oh, here's another one. Here's one. When they can be with the boys and not feel like she's a girl there. You know when you like feel like I want to have someone who can like I could be with it could be me, this girl, and James, and James not feel like he's third wheel, but feel like she's like part of the group. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Someone that can basically like adapt to the situation they're in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right. Any others? Chuck them out there.
It's hard to think of them on the spot. There is so many.
It is.
It's also trying not to like do like really genuine ones, like she brushes her teeth.
Yeah.
she goes to the toilet.
Yeah, like classic one, like she smells nice. That's just like
Oh, the green flag if she smells pang.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, and my last one, when they look pang with no makeup.
Green flag.
And also to like add on to that, where they don't wear much makeup, they don't even need to wear much makeup, but they just need to add a small bit of ting,
Also a big green flag if their mum's fit.
No, James. No.
Yeah, that's a green flag. Big green flag.
Oh no.
Oh god. Now you know what James's intentions are.
Yeah, James was to fuck your mum. Yeah, if you meet James and night out and you're a girl, just be like, if he starts asking questions about like what your mum's saying, like just leave, because he's not interested in you. He just wants to end. His end game is your mum.
No, I wouldn't do such a thing. I'm just testing the waters.
Backup option.
Yeah. Plan B.
All right. Any more, or are we gonna move on?
We should just leave it there, I think.
I think we can get one more. Let's do one more quick one. One more quick one.
Well, what's a proper unique one? We need something that's different.
I know one for me. I don't know about you, but like every girl I've been in the car with, whether they're a mate or whatever, they just can't drive.
Yeah.
Green flag to me if I can be in their vehicle and feel safe.
Green flag if they can parallel park.
Oh yeah, well,
Without hitting something.
when she swings it in nice, and she backs it up real good.
If any girls have listened this far, we are actually lovely blokes.
Yeah. I honestly think our demographic. Yeah, our demographic's definitely gonna be like 99.99 recurring percent male.
You just see it all drops off.
The only 1% is James's mum.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck's sake. All right, yeah, we'll leave it there. That's quite a funny one to end it on. We wrap it up in like 3 minutes. Not bad, boys.
Yeah, that's good.
Right. So, who it was Charlie? You were the one who thought about the cons of bodybuilding, weren't you?
That was me.
I think it was James.
Was it James?
Yeah.
James?
Come on.
James would be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Got
Well, then. Yeah. Let's say, it's me, all me, and then.
Right, all right. I didn't realise if you were just going to say it. I just thought you would have known. So the next topic we're going to speak about the pros and cons of bodybuilding, the actual lifestyle, because obviously not many people speak about it because it can be a massive commitment. Which obviously these two know more about than me because they're a lot more serious about the whole bodybuilder lifestyle competing than I am. But yeah.
So what, are we going to start with the pros, the cons, or
should we start with the pros this time?
I think I don't think we really need to touch on like or go into super in-depth detail about the pros necessarily because we all know what I think the pros are pretty obvious. So let's route a few off like we just did green flags and really dive more into the cons. So I think that's where the real debate and discussion is because I feel like the pros get talked about a lot, but the cons actually don't really get talked about that much at all.
Yeah.
Right. So let's rattle off a few pros then. Pros of bodybuilding teaches you good routine and time management.
Yeah, great discipline as well, which goes hand in hand with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think helps also the routine thing helps with mental health. I feel like when people aren't in a good routine, sleep like builds more stress and also just generally makes you like maybe a bit more anxious or whatever.
Yeah, I think the whole kind of like bodybuilding environment is very like motivating. Like the whole time, watching it, see people go through their prep, all that kind of stuff, like very rewarding and motivating.
And,
what are you gonna say, Charlie?
Like, also, sort of a bit like in terms of your point, Josh, but like very self-aware in terms of like self health. Because if you look at the average person, they don't take most of their vitamins or minerals, do they, in their daily diet? They don't get enough sleep. They're not enough hydrated. Do you know what I mean? So just like little things like that to just be healthier. Definitely.
Which obviously leads onto obviously a longer lifespan in general.
Mm-hmm.
Well, unless you go down the gear route.
Yeah, man.
I think you're more like self-aware of like your overall body.
Yeah, also, I was gonna say one thing. Let's point out we're talking for the first part of this conversation. We're probably going to mostly base this around like natural bodybuilding. We're not taking into consideration like the assisted side because that's like a whole different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are you gonna say, James?
No. I was just saying, agreeing with you.
One thing I was also going to say, building off one of your points, James, is also about the whole thing about like watching other people. I think it's one of the few like sports / like lifestyles you live where you're in almost like a team-based community. Depending on what gym you're at, and like sort of the people you surround. Like if you look at like you learn to build like teamwork and like you said, supporting each other. Like all of us will like train with each other at some point and we'll all like push each other and whatnot. And like when people post pictures online, we leave a comment, being encouraging. I feel like you do build like people do say they build like a second family from the gym just because like at the gym you leave everything outside the door. What matters is just the set in front of you at that time. And like because you're all obviously with other people who are doing the same thing, you kind of all just leave everything out and you probably have a chat in between sets if you're a bit close to them about like obviously personal things, but like more or less like you're in there to do a job and you're going to help other people in your gym, get on with it and whatnot. So I think that's definitely one of the good things to do.
And like they say like bodybuilding is a very selfish sport because it's like you against everyone else like on the stage, when in actually it's quite far from it in the sense that you probably meet some really good people through bodybuilding and like through the gym. Like some of my closest friends, like you two, I've met through like gym and stuff like that. Like, you know, it's like you'd be surprised how many like good people there are in the industry.
Yeah. Another point on that as well, like kind of bringing it back, just like fitness overall and kind of like bodybuilding. We've used social media as well to meet new people, post our progress, create careers out of it, doing online coaching. We never would have done that if we didn't get into sort of fitness, bodybuilding, that kind of lifestyle.
Not every sport's like that. It doesn't have that many opportunities.
Yeah, I think it's one of those few sports as well that encourages you to be self-employed. Like technically all bodybuilders are self-employed. You think about they earn a wage through a sponsor, and like every bit of money is like dependent on you. Like you don't have to make a post that day. You don't have to make a YouTube video that day. Like you just choose to, like, because you know, like it's your, you know, it's your passion and whatnot.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where you are literally your brand, like your physique, your personality.
Your name.
It's like that's pretty cool. How you can be your own personal brand. Like you can't do that in many different things.
No, not at all.
No, very true.
That's good for the pros, isn't it?
Pros, yeah, I think it's a good place to stop for the pros. So cons. So I think we all know it can, or depending on like if you're on the same wavelength as me and Charlie and you're wanting to compete, which meaning like every day is, we call it off season, we call it prep. Basically, every single day is a mission, and like even just that level of like determination needs to be just that much more. Whereas James, because he's doing it for lifestyle, he can miss maybe that day. He can maybe go on that night out and not have to worry about it as much, because for him, he doesn't have to step on a stage and like think, I've just spent the last 2 years, over 600 days, basically working towards this one day. You do have that more leniency. So for people like me and Charlie, it can take away from the social aspect. But building on that, you can learn to make your life work with it. For example, like people when the boys go out, to the pub for a drink, you have a pint of water. You still be there because you still enjoy each other's company, but you just go to be social. You don't go to get fucked. You go to be social.
That's not like the average person cannot always understand that. Like you could be sat there with a glass of water. They're like, "Oh, why are you not drinking? You're boring."
Yeah.
Like,
or they don't have the discipline to not give in to having that drink.
Yeah, 100%. Because obviously you'd get a lot of shit from like your average people, just like from
especially if you're a young lad at uni.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The distractions are there.
Yeah, like you can easily tell like which even in this podcast, if you're watching it on YouTube, which two care about their sleep more than the other.
Yeah,
the two
like gang.
Yeah, the two that are competing, and that's just a little thing that you could easily notice if you read into the situation.
Yeah, small things.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I think that's a good one to talk about, to be fair. So yeah, if you are in a position where you can learn to try and just learn to like live life and not just live bodybuilding, definitely learn to, because there are definitely ways you can get around it. Like, I'm not saying that obviously also if you want to take that point a little bit further, because realistically people are going to be going on nights out like probably twice a month, 3 times a month, sometimes after uni, 4 times a week. Like, learn to choose your nights carefully. Like, okay, I'm training this day, I've got the rest of the next day, this is probably a day I could probably go out, not drink, but I could probably stay up a little bit later and not have to worry about the next day because I'm not going to get as much sleep. So just small things like this. There are ways around it. So you just got to be willing to try and like willing to sacrifice, really.
Yeah, but and again, leading on from that point, like it is not for everyone as well. Like it just isn't.
Like, you've got to fall in love with this shit. Like, a lot of people just compete just for the sake of it, but they haven't spent like years in like off season, like eating 5,000 calories plus, staying up till like midnight to get the food in. It takes a lot. So I'm currently still doing, not staying up as late though. But yeah, you've just got to fall in love with the process and love every part of it, just not the shredded part.
Yeah, because what you're doing, like in reality, is pushing your body to the extreme, like both in your growing phase and your cutting phase, especially in the cutting phase. Like that is mental what you have to go through, both physically and mentally.
Charlie's yet to find that out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, yet to find that out, but
I can tell you, it sucks ass.
Huh?
It sucks ass.
Oh, I can't wait.
Mate,
can't wait, mate.
Weeks 12 to 8, like that 4-week period, are fucking great because you're eating just enough food where you're actually like, I'm eating to like a nice level of fullness. You're doing like you're probably doing this point like your 10,000 steps, and potentially you might be entering stages of doing cardio. So you just feel healthier because you're doing cardio and you're moving a lot more. And you also like you still look good. You haven't lost so much body fat. Whereas once you tip past that 8-week mark into 7 weeks, that's when like the hunger starts to really shift. And I'd say there's obviously the first 4 weeks you still are a bit sluggish, but like so I say the best part of like it's just that transition phase when you're transitioning from bulking to cutting and vice versa. You just feel so much better.
Yeah. I can't really say it's like that in off season. Every day just is the same.
Yeah.
It's literally the same day in out. Eating and eating. That is all you do.
Eating is very time consuming though, isn't it? Like it is.
Yeah, the cooking and the eating.
Especially when you're not hungry.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not hungry. Like some meals take me like 20 minutes to finish.
Mate, some meals take me an hour.
Yeah.
Oh mate, come on, your digestion must be awful.
No, remember you've been off season for so long, okay? I'm not a big eater. Like I'm one of those guys that I could probably have like on the off day I could be like, yeah, I could eat like 10,000 calories this day, but then the next day I'm chilling eating like 2,000. Like
I could wake up tomorrow and have like 2 meals and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
But
I'm talking about before I started this, before I started doing the tracking of the food. I used to be a guy like I would say before I thought I had a big appetite. Like anyone can have a big appetite on one day, but like to have a big appetite every day, non-existent.
Oh, every day, yeah.
I think another point to speak on is how the tracking and everything can get quite toxic. If you take it the wrong way, it can get seriously toxic and like cause like eating problems and really mess with your mind as well.
Yeah, eating disorders and shit.
Yeah. I think that's more in the phase of like doing a diet. I think that more occurring. Whereas compared to like off season, it's just sort of eating and you're not really too worried. But then you are conscious of the fact of getting too fat.
Yeah.
And then not really pushing yourself to the limit, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, in off season, you do have to be like mindful of like health variables. Like every week, I track my blood pressure, my blood glucose, just to make sure. Mate, that's because you're not fat, mate. You're still shredded.
Jeez.
Like when you're like 1.5 years deep into like eating like 4,000,
not 8 months.
Calories in a club. Yeah, it's a struggle.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just got to be mindful of like different health markers, whichever phase you're in.
Yeah. But that is why like it's not for everyone as well, for the average person, because they can get in that cycle and get a really bad eating disorder, and then that's them screwed.
Yeah.
I've got another point like it's a separate point, but like adding on to that, and that's like, but the tracking thing is like then that taking away from potentially like opportunities, like for example like family dinners and like and that kind of stuff, like birthdays. Like I know I'm definitely guilty of skipping a fair few like family days just because I'm like I can't go because I can't either one get all my food in or two track all the food I need to get. You know, like, I'm definitely guilty of maybe missing a few more days than I should have, and I realistically should find a way through it. But like I'm so OCD and I'm so fucking into this routine of eating not just the same thing every day, but also obviously at the same time in the same place with the same bowl with the fucking same spoon and shit, you know? Like for me, the moment I started, like if I was to like remove myself from that like routine, such strict routine, it would hinder my appetite because I'm in such clockwork mode that I need to have that consistency because I am eating more than I really like. As China is like you're pushing so much further past the point of hunger, like. You're so full all the time. Like if you have one variable off, like you have that last bite of food like half hour later or whatever, like that can literally throw off your whole day. Yeah, exactly.
Even different food source.
And that can be fucked.
But just leading on from that point, You know, you said about what was the last point you made? Like the first part of it.
What about?
Oh, routine. That's
Yeah.
it. Would you say, out of your experience, being in that routine of not like going to like family meals, like eating at the same time with the same spoon, the same bowl, would you say that's more noticeable in prep or off season? Like when you were like 4 weeks out. When you were 4 weeks out, was everything had to be on time with the same thing every single day, or you throw like you get like?
Nah, I'd say it's definitely not worse in the off season because for me, I'm pretty good at like being hungry.
Okay.
Like I'm pretty good at like managing it, and like I was doing it on 3 meals a day. I did all my prep on 3 meals a day instead of like 4 or 5. I'd rather have like 4. I'd rather have 3 bigger meals, which are going to satiate me more. Just from personal preference, because I tried doing the 4 meal thing, and like for me, like because each meal wasn't quite big enough, I was actually hungry after finishing it. So I would do 3 meals. So obviously, like the things you'd expect to piss you off on prep, like let's just say like your mum's using the kitchen and you want to use the kitchen, like obviously stuff like that would piss me off. But like I didn't necessarily have to have like the as strict routine because I I'd have my first meal of the day obviously I'd have cardio. I'll do cardio. Let's say I was like the last 4 weeks out. I would do cardio in the morning. I'd be so fucking hungry. I would be naturally waking up at like 5, 6 a.m. like without an alarm or anything because my body just wakes up because I'm hungry. I'd go to the gym. I'd bang a Monster and a fucking your Himbine and then Stairmaster for like 40 minutes. And then I'd come home and I'd just like try and basically last as long as possible without eating food. Just to try and like get my eating like that much later into the day. So each meal I would basically just like have as late as possible because like for me, if I can't go to sleep, I'd feel even shitter the next day. So for me, it has like I would actually say like the ability to like bend my like eating routine was actually better having it on prep.
Yeah, no, I'd agree because like if you think, say you're in peak off season like me, for just under 5,000 calories, if I have a meal that's delayed by 2 hours,
that's you missing another meal.
Yeah.
Or staying up stupid late.
Yeah, and then it ruins the next day. Like I train at 11:30 now, and I need to get 2 meals in before I train.
So you're gonna be up at 7. 6, yeah, fuck.
6. So if I have to stay up the night before till like 12 o'clock, sleep's gonna be fucked.
And then training
it's just a vicious cycle. It's just
once that happens, unless you like take a 3-day deload and reset, you can't just like almost like it's like when you're running and you fall but you catch yourself and keep running, you can't catch yourself. You have to like literally let yourself fall for like a couple of days and then get back on it.
Yeah. I mean the only benefit with me is rest day is like instead of 5 meals, it's 4 bigger meals, and then the last meal is just yogurt, so I can just switch that in as like a dessert sort of thing, so I can sort of fix it up on the rest day. But usually it doesn't happen. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Any other cons we can think of about the cons of bodybuilding in terms of like application to? Yeah, body dysmorphia.
That's quite a given one.
Yeah, I think to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's one that's mostly the worst when you're older, is letting go of like the physique you used to have. Because we kind of like when we're in off season, we know we're doing this for a reason. We know like under the scaffolding of fat we've put up, we are building muscle. And then obviously when we're cutting, obviously when you're shredded, you feel better about yourself. For whatever reason, you just feel like looking like a shredded sick cunt is just the best. But then once you then have to like leave that cycle of bulking and cutting, and you have to like basically be okay with the fact that your physique's never going to be the same after this.
Yeah.
But you think of people like Arnold and especially Ronnie Coleman. Also, we know how much he's deteriorated over the years. He went from being a fucking 8-time Mr. Olympia, was it 7-time?
Yeah.
8-time.
8, I think.
Yeah, 8-time Mr. Olympia.
I'll have to look.
Being like one of the second biggest like mass monsters. Like the guy was like on stage at like 300 pounds and shit like that. To go from that to then being in a wheelchair, having like all the surgeries.
It's 8.
Yeah, I thought it was 8. To then basically being that, I can't even imagine how mentally degrading that must have been.
Yeah, it must be a massive knock to your mental health.
Yeah, man was squatting 800 pounds for 2 reps, and now he's in a wheelchair. Like fuck me.
It's actually insane.
Yeah.
So yeah. Longevity.
It is. But I have a question for you both.
All right.
So I don't see James, this will be a bit different for you, but we'll try and just
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just dying.
We're trying to like relate it to your like fitness journey
Yeah.
in its own way. But would you sacrifice years of your life to get to your ultimate fitness or career goals?
How
Like
much
to say
talking?
like 20 years. To say you die at 70 compared to 90.
Oh, 100%. I'd much rather live 70 years of like to the absolute fullest than 90 years of even just like average, above average life.
Yeah, I agree as well. Here for a short time, not a long time.
But it's not even that. I feel like 70 years old, you've kind of at that point you've achieved everything you want to achieve by then. Like realistically, what new goals are you achieving at 70? Like real
Very
good
true.
goals.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not
just,
starting a new
business. You
business.
could be rich as fuck. You could be rich as fuck and just
Yeah, but
travel the
doing
world
what?
and just
That's the thing.
travel the world.
Like, yeah, it could be, but like realistically, like the chance of like if we're being real, chance of us being so like almost filthy rich, we could be traveling the world at like 70 years old, is obviously like it's not impossible, but like it's unrealistic. So like if you really want to be realistic, at 70 years old, your career's done. Like yes, you can probably still keep coaching at 70 years old, but realistically, like you're not gonna be achieving anything new at that point. Like like are you?
No, 9
In
times
terms
out
of
of 10,
physique goals.
you're going to be like retired, like just.
Yes, I mean yes. Your
Right,
career.
let's make it more
Mate,
interesting. Let's drop it to 50.
physique.
Drop it to 50.
50.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I think personally you'd potentially have children and like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And they're like around the age you want to see them grow up.
Yeah.
Not well. Depends. It will depend when how old you were. Obviously, like when your parents have you and shit. Like my parents were younger. Like my dad's they just turned 50,
Mm.
Yeah.
and I'm 21, and my brother's 25, and my sister's just turned 14. So I said like 50 would be like I would have to say I'm really not sure.
Yeah.
Just because like I feel like if you said 60, I could probably argue potentially yes. Because I feel like once you hit 60, after that, that's kind of like when stuff really starts to tip off and go down. But like 50 is a hard one, man. I would say like especially for me because I don't know about you guys, but I want to have like kids and family and like I want to be like a father to my children and hopefully get to my grandchildren. Like I would say I'm a family orientated person in that sense. So for me to say like I probably not get a chance to meet grandchildren and like as you said like probably not even see your kids live up to like their fullest potential, it would be quite hard. So I probably have to because of that say because like for me that's like realistically like, that's the end goal for me. So
yeah, that's the end goal for all humans really to have give some offspring.
No, but not even like you think like Josh Bridgman doesn't want kids.
No.
True, but like majority of people.
Yeah, obviously it's in our DNA to want to reproduce and whatnot. But like, I don't know. But for me personally, I know like that's like for me. That will complete me. That will complete me as a person. What that final step be? Obviously becoming, a parent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good question.
Yeah, Adam. Yeah, Adam. Or Tremo. He's a dad.
Really?
Yeah. I know it's mad. He's only like 23.
That is mad. That's literally my age.
Imagine James as a dad. Are you mad?
Oh my god.
I think that'd be dangerous for the child.
It's dangerous, mate.
Who's the new bird you brought back, Mum?
But why have I had 10 mums already?
Papa, here's my 11th mummy.
And why is she double your age?
Why you bring grandma over?
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it can't be other than that.
I reckon let's do one more.
Mm-hmm.
One other con.
Let's do one more con, like a medium level of debate, because
we done this. We done the social side, kind of, haven't we?
we've done social. We've done like, would it take off? Obviously, like, are you willing to sacrifice?
I've got one. This is kind of like people think you're obsessed with yourself because you're so.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, because you're so like strict with everything.
I wouldn't say that's like necessarily a con, just simply because of like I feel like if people are genuine, they won't give a fuck. Yeah, exactly. Well, one, you shouldn't give a fuck, and two, if you really like someone, like as a friend or whatever, like a guy, girl, whatever, family member, you shouldn't give a fuck regardless of what you think, but you should hope that there be decent enough people to set aside any kind of stereotypes. So I'd say it's more of maybe like a red flag versus a con. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe the obsessive nature with it. Not so much. I mean, it could be like a little bit of like natural bodybuilding, but I think especially with like
assisted
one with like just getting bigger, even with naturals, just getting bigger, but two, mainly like with the dieting, just getting leaner and leaner when you don't need to. Like for someone like James's position, who may just diet to go on holiday or something.
Yeah.
But they just keep going and going and going.
Yeah,
I think I might have touched on that already.
Yeah, I got.
I was gonna say that's sort of to do with like we started off with in terms of like taking away from like family time and like.
Yeah, I think it's sort of tied into one of the other ones.
I think that's the main. I think that is the biggest con. I think we did touch on. I think that would say like that's like I can't really think of many things that's bigger than that. Oh, here's a con. Fucking expensive. It's fucking more expensive. I think it's more. I think it's more expensive than people think, especially when you're off season. As a natty in your off season, I feel like people don't realize actually how expensive it is just because of the food.
Yeah, food.
Like Charlie, break down your weekly shop, give or take.
Okay, give or take, probably weekly shop, including meat. Because I get my meat from the
everything
like bulk. All right, everything. So
do your week? So how much a weekly shop will cost you, and how much a week of supplements will cost you?
Okay, all right. So weekly shop probably cost me between 30 and 40 quid. And then
let's
supplements.
Say for sake of argument. Or just say 40 for sake of argument.
Yeah, okay. 40 quid on food, and then on supplement on a month, on a good month of supplements, it's probably like.
Let's say you're buying all your supplements from scratch. Yeah, so let's say you're buying a new pot of everything because you need to get a new pot of everything.
Probably upwards of 200 quid.
For a month?
Yeah.
So you're talking about £50 a month. It's not £50 a week.
Yeah, probably. Maybe, yeah. But then some of those supplements would last me 2 months. So
yeah, but I'm not saying that. We'll just say just rather give people an overestimate than an underestimate.
Yeah, I'd say on food and supplements about 80 quid a week.
Okay, and then how much is your gym membership for a month?
40 quid a month, but obviously I get it free because I work there. So
yeah. So it's £10 a week.
Yeah.
And then how much money are you spending a week on petrol?
At the minute, a fucking fortune. But normally, like a full tank a week, which is like 60 quid.
Okay.
Especially at the minute. So.
All right. I'm trying to
think. Is there anything else?
What about coaching? How much?
Coaching.
Okay. How much is your coaching a week, give or take, if you do not mind displaying the number? I don't know if AJ does or not.
I don't think he does, but we'll give it a rough average of.
Give a number below or above.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give an average of coaching because not everyone's going to have the top coach in the UK like me.
Yeah.
Geez. So
Hey.
So we'll say. What, Mr. Fish Finger over there?
Hey, leave out. No fish fingers.
All right, we'll just say 50 quid a week. For like a very good coach.
All right.
And then anything else? Maybe like.
That's kind of the main things. I think
that's sort of the main things. You have like things like Tupperware and things like that, but you'll only buy that.
No, okay, those are just general household items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cost. So basically, on estimate, that's costing Charlie £210 a week.
Oh.
That's Charlie spending almost £850 a month on just the bodybuilding stuff alone. Like,
that's probably about right.
Let alone clothes, let alone anytime he like wants to like potentially like have an off-plan meal. I'm guessing anytime he wants to go out and do something. So that's like on bodybuilding basically related expenses alone, he's spending almost £1,000 a month.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
I think if that doesn't put into perspective for people, I don't know what does. Keep in mind that Charlie, and obviously Charlie probably because he's eating more food than me, and whatnot. I'd say Charlie is probably the above average spender of probably on money on terms of like anything bodybuilding related. Because I know for a fact he buys way more supplements than I do as well. So he's probably like I'd probably say Charlie's the top. I'm probably average, and then James is probably just below. I'd say probably just a little bit less than me. Might probably spent. So we're talking like probably upper echelon, anywhere between $750 to $1,000 a month. Then I'd say mid ground, probably below that would probably be anywhere between 500 to 750, and I'd say you're generally gonna be spending at least £300 a month generally on supplements, including petrol, gym membership, like just a tub of pre-workout a month or whatever. So if you're looking entry level, £300.
You can budget it.
Yeah, you can. Obviously, you can cut. Well, obviously, we're just giving ballpark estimates to give people a real idea if they haven't really committed to the start of their journey, or if they're interested in progressing their like level of seriousness, and they want to know if it's going to really cost them that much more money, which it will.
Mm-hmm.
But just like anything, it's an investment. Wherever you spend, if you're spending on something, it's worth it. Then always. And I think James can attest to that recently, because you said you've said you've invested in getting a business coach.
Yeah, massively. And but what we need to say with all these things as well, it's taking things to the next level. Like we're all about those 1% as well, aren't we? So if something like 1% is going to make you better in terms of like supplement, someone's knowledge, we
routine.
are 9 out of 10 going to get it. Like even your guys' glasses to optimize your sleep, like that's
exactly
you're going to do to reach that goal, because that's important is.
Yeah, even like having like Headspace on my phone, which is like £10 a month. Just
I need to get back into that again.
Yeah, I've got that.
It's unreal. I have to sleep to it.
Yeah,
Send to sleep in like 10 minutes.
What I do,
recommend
you can get it linked with Spotify somehow if you're a student. I managed to get mine on like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm
obviously not a student, so.
Yeah, it's decent.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to use it. I definitely like when I was going through probably my most anxious period of my life. I definitely said it like just helped take the edge off, so it wasn't unbearable anxiety. I definitely need to get back more into it.
If you struggle to like wind down at night, or if you like sat in bed like just thinking a million things, that can definitely help.
For me, I used to do it the first thing in the morning, because it would then calm me and set me up for my day nicely.
Yeah, I haven't really used the morning like routine feature like that. I've only ever used it for the sleep.
Yeah, I find it. I guess. I definitely say do it if you can do morning and night. Like do 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. Only reason I would struggle to do it now, especially just because with my mornings being orientated around having in-person clients. For me, it's like waking up. I probably need to wake up that half hour earlier, because it can only be a case of like I just wake up 5 minutes earlier, because I feel like I have to be like awake and properly like going mentally, like cognitively ready to so I make the most of it. Otherwise, it's just no point in me doing it. And I couldn't do it before I go to bed, because I just feel like I need to do it in the morning. Because I'm pretty chill in the evenings. Usually the mornings when I'm most like hectic.
Yeah, but you say like use it before bed. I literally get in bed, and I'll press play and be playing whilst I'm sleeping. It goes on for 45 minutes, and I'm asleep within 10 minutes. It's unreal.
Yeah, I don't have problems falling asleep though.
Yeah, neither.
Yeah, I know you don't.
Yeah, I'm an assisted sleeper.
Assisted sleeper.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, how's that going?
Disabled
How are your lungs?
Huh?
How are your lungs at the moment?
Disabled now.
Yeah, but that's not nothing to do with that. It definitely, realistically, obviously, like the consumption of marijuana will obviously it wasn't the cause of it. It was just didn't help.
Yeah.
It just obviously because I've been doing it for ages, Charlie. Like I would constantly have a lung infection if it was the cause.
Yeah, very true.
But obviously, it just doesn't help. I reckon what didn't help is when I went on a night out to Wilkinson, I bought a vape, and I haven't vaped in like months. Like I can literally, I'm at the level of discipline where I can have a vape and I could be chuffing like every day, all day, and then put it down for as long as I want, and then pick it up again.
Yeah.
Like I find like I've got some fucking serious power over nicotine. So yeah, I got a vape that night, and I found like because I find like when I'm on a night out, I find it chuffing it so much. I think that's probably what set me over the edge.
Yeah, probably.
Else you share it with people and go, because I'm bored. You're like, oh, what's my vape? What's my vape? You just get fucking all the diseases.
Yeah, mate.
All right. Do you reckon we're at an hour and 7 minutes?
Yeah.
I've got a meal to eat soon.
I
So
was gonna say, did you want to squeeze in the last topic quickly and not really like just breeze over it and like?
I think we just
5
round
minutes?
up here.
We just
yeah,
keep
I
it at
think we
that.
round up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Save
that
it
was
for the
pretty
next
good.
one.
Yeah, that's good with me.
All right. Well, I hope everyone's enjoyed this episode. Listen, I said this may be episode 2, but this is basically the good episode of the Mega Morph podcast. Any final regards from the boys?
Well, thank you for listening. If you've got this far, drop a comment down below, and if you got any topic ideas, just let us know.
Yeah.
Anything you want to discuss?
If you're watching, yeah, exactly. If you're watching it, put it on your story, tag us.
Yes.
Get your story tags going.
We probably need to set up a Facebook. We set up a Instagram account for the podcast. To be fair,
Yeah.
We'll also share the login. And then what else was I going to say? Yeah. Oh yeah, and obviously if you're on YouTube, like, share, and obviously to try to leave a comment. And then obviously if you're on whatever musical platform you're listening to, audio platform, leave it a rating. I think on iTunes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put it on Spotify and Instagram. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can, obviously, like, again, reshare it and leave a rating if you can of the 5 biggest stars you can.
Yeah, boy.
And then if you're interested in, obviously, our socials, they'll be in the description. And obviously, all of us do online coaching. So if you're interested in getting in coaching from any of the boys, obviously, all 3 of us, I'd say, have a slightly different approach and a slightly different, probably just a slightly different style. So you got a nice broad range to choose from. You're not limited. And
Yeah.
We'll see you guys
good
in the next week. Yeah, man. That's pretty.
Catch you
I think we're getting good at this.
Yeah. That was good, mate.
Sick.
Cool.
All right. Well, big up, boys, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
People.
Safe.